You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show.
To the universe, and you touch me, and I'm like,
Hello, everybody. You are listening to Shakira.
Yeah.
New album in stores tomorrow. But in the meantime, we are The Voice After Show for AFTERBUZZ TV Season 6. The battles continue.
Yes, and I'm Chloe West.
I'm Jason Ikeler.
I'm Christian Rosenberg.
And I'm Stephanie Giorgi.
Let's hop right into this.
Do it.
Let's get to Team Adam. First up from last week was Delvin Choice versus Caleb Elder. And they sang The Man. What'd you guys think of this battle?
I thought it was really unique with them singing The Man with Aloe Blacc right there.
Yeah, that was really cool, actually.
Yeah, I really liked what Caleb said. He said, you know, it's obviously intimidating, but it's a really cool chance for them to sort of really make this song special and sing it for the guy who wrote it. And I absolutely love Aloe Blacc. I'm a huge fan. And I love that he wrote this song after Dr. Dre was like, you should probably write better songs. And Aloe Blacc's like, yep, let's go do that.
Suck on this.
Yeah. And this song's so killer. Although, I want to be the first to say this, and I'm going to say it on air. I want someone to do a mashup of I'm the Man and This Is Your Song by Elton John. And I wanted to go like,
wow, that
you
could
can
work
tell
really well.
anybody.
Well, that's what he took the song from, like he sampled it.
Yeah.
But no, I see
you
what
could
you're
do a
saying.
cool mashup.
I like that.
I think Caleb was way too white for this song.
Yes.
While he's up there singing,
Yes.
and like it sounds like the guy from Simple Plan trying to
Right.
sing like Usher, and it doesn't work. Delvin for sure killed it for me. I was kind of disappointed in their harmonies though. They had so many opportunities to like kill it, and
Right,
they
they
just
didn't
sang in
sing that well
unison,
together.
which makes me question how good of musicians either of them are.
Right. Interesting, especially for Delvin, who seems
Yeah.
like he's such a musician.
And he's got such a powerful voice.
Yeah, to me, honestly, I felt like Delvin didn't look like he was that challenged when he was singing by himself. The harmonies, yeah, I understand what you're saying. But like when he was doing the solo thing, it was just right in his range, right in the heart of it.
But I
while
think that's
Caleb
what
was
makes
straining.
a good singer, because this is actually a pretty tough song to sing.
Yeah.
With like how rhythmic it is and everything. And Delvin did make it look easy. And
Yeah.
Caleb looked like he was trying really hard.
Yeah.
Well, what was interesting was we really saw Adam as a coach all of a sudden
Yeah.
with this song. Making him rap it, making him try and get in the pocket. It was really interesting because we normally see that behavior from Usher, which we saw a lot in the past two shows, which is cool. But it was cool to see Adam get into it. And I actually am surprised, though, that Aloe didn't give more notes. I think he was holding back a little bit.
I think you almost
Yeah.
come across as cocky if you're like, when I do it this way. Whereas like he gave a lot of notes on other songs too.
That's true. I loved when he sang it, though. I was like, gosh, they're getting a little private performance
I
right
know.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he probably just didn't want them to sing like him because they're not supposed to. They're
Yeah, they're supposed to make
arti-
it their own.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good point. I think that that's a trap people sometimes fall into is singing exactly like the artist versus singing like how they would sing the song.
Well, Delvin won, and then Shakira stole.
No.
No one stole.
Nobody
Anyone
stole Caleb.
Caleb went home.
Which
I'm
was
not
surprised.
shocked.
I was surprised.
Really? He needs to be
He's-
doing like a punky teen song,
Right.
and not like a soulful song. And I think he just approached it wrong.
I think you were thinking Shakira stole him because he's totally Shakira's type.
Yeah.
She loves those young boy rockers.
Oh, she does.
Young
Anything
little white
rocker, that's
boys.
like her
Yeah.
jam. That's her ish.
She can jam though. Next up from tonight was Austin Ellis versus Josh Kaufman, and they sang "Happy" by Pharrell.
I think they sounded both good. There was something about Austin that was kind of corny to me, but I don't know what it was. But I was in love with Josh's voice the second I heard it.
See, I feel the complete opposite because there was something when Austin was singing, and like he's so young and has so much energy that I want to watch him. And I thought Josh came across as pretentious almost while I was singing.
really?
I'm like,
I did not
he's
hear
so
that.
cocky, and then his sound was all like in the back of his throat, and that bugs me. And it's just like a style preference. But I liked how Austin sang it better.
I was pleasantly surprised by Austin because we didn't see his audition. So this was our first time really watching this kid sing. And he was great. I was going along for the ride the whole time. I am such a fan of Josh, though. I really enjoy watching him sing.
Yeah.
And there's something about his voice. It obviously is a style preference because I do like him. But I actually thought that this battle was the most fun to watch for me tonight because they both came in together as a team. And Miranda actually commented on this, that in the battle rounds, it's important for them to not actually be battling each other, to be putting on a performance together.
Yes.
Right. And you saw it tonight because it was pleasant to watch both of them.
Yeah, it was like a fun thing to watch. Like they were having fun, I was having fun.
Well, this is generally like a real fun song. Now, a lot of people are sick of this song because it's on all the time on the radios. I still enjoy it because it's fun. You get into it. It's got the simple formation with it, and the two of them played it together. They played it as a group. Austin is very good at, but Josh, that's the type of voice that I can just listen to all day. There's something about his voice I really enjoy.
exactly what I wrote,
I
something
want to
about
call
his
out the
voice.
voice right now.
All day thing.
Listen up, y'all.
What?
This is why The Voice doesn't have successful artists that go on past the show, because they always pick the ones that are so good that, like, you're old, we get it. I want to see somebody like Austin who has room to grow and go on to the competition, and then, like on X Factor.
But what kind of artist do you see Austin being, is my question, because that's what I have trouble seeing
I
him.
see him being like a, it's escaping me. Hold on, I looked through my actions and tell you his name.
On exactly that question, I wrote specifically that I could see Josh doing shows, and there's something about Austin. I was like, I can't really see him performing. Like, I don't know what kind of an artist he would be, because he just has like a great voice, but Josh has a style. So this is someone I think potentially could be successful afterwards.
Although, you know what? Austin might be someone like Aloe Blacc, who has that sort of R&B soulful voice, but sings over like Avicii records.
Right. Okay.
I was going to say, I can
what
even
she would be able to pull off.
see him do, this isn't who I'm thinking of, and I can't remember the artist I'm thinking of, but even doing like a Bruno Mars type thing, like that style.
Oh, you can do it.
What's tough about that style, though, is that's so much of your soul.
Yeah.
That's so much of who that person is and how they are as a writer that's
so you
tough
could
to
write that way.
Yeah, it's tough to come from like a singing competition and be that artist.
Valid. I want to think of who I'm thinking of, and then you'll all get it.
I know, I'm interested.
Up
Keeping us in
next
suspense.
Well, Josh ended up winning
Josh
that
won.
battle.
Nobody stole Austin.
Which is such a bummer because I do want to see him do other stuff.
I did think someone would steal him.
Likewise.
I know, because he seems perfect for The Voice, but guess not.
I sort of wish they had more steals. Only having 2 steals seems shallow.
Well,
Yeah.
this season, because there's so many people that we like this season, almost because it's been the same amount
Yeah.
the last several seasons, but now it's just like, oh, they should have like 2 more.
I know, I want them to have 4, but
Yeah.
they are doing 2 battle rounds this season, which is new because normally they do battle then knockout. So now there's 2
I'm trying
rounds
to
of
think,
battle.
So are
what's
they
the
getting rid of
difference
the
between
knockout?
battle or knockout?
I think, well, the knockout one, each one went individual and did a song.
Remember, they would have to watch, and it was
yeah,
super
yeah.
awkward. They would sit on the stool, and they'd have to
Oh,
like
so now
be
they're actually gonna
pleasantly
be singing
listening.
songs together.
Is the knockout just gone altogether, or are they adding one more battle before the knockout?
Andy Grammer.
Well,
That's who I think he should sing like. Sorry. Just came to me.
like, gotta keep your head up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, or maybe Ray LaMontagne, depending on how soulful he is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
How
Sorry.
he gets in
Andy
there.
Grammer, though, you got that. You got all
That's
that.
what I was thinking. Okay.
I'm probably not the knockout because maybe they do just want to eliminate the sitting of the awkwardness next to them.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
and
the
just let 'em
battles
battle it
and
out.
the ratings do so well.
Yeah.
It's so
Well,
entertaining.
the battles
Because
are
it's
so
like-
much fun.
It's like combining like fighting and music. It's perfect.
And I love to watch someone fight.
I do too.
How funny would it be if they're battling and someone just like threw a punch?
Just knock
Oh,
them out. Let's talk about Dawn and Hawks versus Josh Murley.
Must
and
be in
they
the name.
sang Stuck in the Middle with You. Yawn. I was just bored.
Really?
Well, yeah, but they said that the same thing, though. They said that there was nothing about that performance. I mean, it was good, but like bar good. Not, like,
Yeah, I feel like it's
the
on
battle
Adam, though,
wasn't there
because
for me.
I think Adam's trying to prove like, oh, I'm a real artist. I listen to like good music, and it's like, okay, we don't care. Like,
Yeah.
pick a fun song that's good to hear in a battle. And I thought with Dawn and Hawks, yes, they're really good, but they're not taking any huge risks. And
Right.
you're on a competition show. You have to compete, and they didn't. Compared to other battles, they're forgettable.
What I think is interesting about this battle pairing was the notes Adam was giving Dawn and Hawks, which I thought were so on point during rehearsal, which was, you guys are really cute, but this song is about just having fun.
Right.
So just like, don't be so in love all the time.
Yeah.
You can kind of be joking. And I honestly think that's a great note because I think they sort of always play into their relationship, and even when they were performing, you still really saw her giving it to the microphone.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that you're like, hey, this song, this is exactly what Adam said. Let's just have fun.
Right.
Like,
If
party
you're
with your friends.
And I get it if you're a couple band, like obviously being cutesy is part of what sells, but
Totally.
people don't want to listen to happy songs all the time.
No, but with the songs that we were having tonight and the different type of caliber they I thought like where this was placed in tonight's episode, it was like, a fun kind of laid back moment, just relax. It's like these guys are good. They all three of them sang well together. It's just like this is just a fun little performance.
I'm like, check Twitter, check my email, check my teeth. Like I was just bored.
Check
I
your
wanted the
teeth.
beer too.
Yeah, you wanted the beer.
But I
wanted the
wanted
beer.
to leave and get the beer.
Oh, well, I wanted the beer, but like just to enjoy the show. But because they performed, Josh seemed like the third member of Dawn and Hawks.
Yeah.
But it was Blake that said there was no big moments.
There
and then I
wasn't
did
big
kind of
moments.
think it was like the cool rock stars paired with the band geek. And the pairing looked awkward.
Well, it's okay. I don't know how I feel. I like Dawn and Hawks, but I hope they get rid of the couple thing because it's annoying. Because I'm like, okay, well, let me give you guys some moment.
I kind of want to see them sing a breakup song.
Yeah, something
or even
angry.
like,
Like,
Civil
you know
Wars or
what?
something.
They need to sing a Fleetwood Mac song when they were going through the breakup.
Right.
Where they weren't talking to each other and they would just write how they felt through their music. I want to see Dawn and Hawks just really get gritty with each other.
Because I feel like the talent's there.
And they
Totally.
remind me of Josh Mraz and Colby,
Or Jason
Jason
Mraz and
Mraz.
Colby Clay.
Yeah, Colby Clay.
The Lucky song.
Yes, that's is it gonna
Which
be
is
out
like
the whole
cute
time?
because that's a cute song, but you
It's
can't
a
have
cute
a whole
song. I love
album
that
like
song.
that.
Exactly.
So Shakira ended up stealing Josh. Dawn and Hawks one, obviously.
Good choice.
I liked that she
Really?
stole
I
at the last
loved
minute
it.
for the show, but I wouldn't have stolen him.
Right. I really like Josh, and I thought he was really cute and talented, and I like his story, and I felt connected. But talent-wise and winning The Voice, I just don't think that's going to happen.
I think she would have more success if she stole Austin over Josh.
Totally.
But I think maybe you have to get some throwaways for if they're doing another battle round.
Yeah.
You have to be strategic that way too.
No,
Well, I
it's
think
a
that
waste.
Josh is better than the guy she stole last week.
Interesting.
I don't even remember which one she stole.
She
maybe
stole
she should-
Patrick.
Yeah, she should.
Oh, right. No.
Weird.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Team Blake now. He had a battle that was super quick. We didn't see Megan Ruger versus Rhea, and Megan won. But the first one we saw was Alaska and Maddie versus Audra McLaughlin. And they sang When Will I Be Loved by Linda Ronstadt.
Well, you
We
know
were kind
how
of mixed about this while we were watching.
y'all were saying that it should be more of like a performance, or how the coaches were saying that. The only thing about this that I didn't like was that that was like, there was tension on stage.
It was like it should have been down here, and it was way up high, and they had so much energy that I feel like they needed somebody to be like, okay, can we just take
They
it
got
down 7
annoying to
notches?
me.
Yeah, it was annoying because it was so
annoying.
campy.
I'm a huge Alaska and Maddie fan, and I'm super bummed about the result of what happened. Because when they're on stage, I want to watch them. I think Audra is really talented, but I wasn't watching her. And I think that if this was a different reality competition show, if this was X Factor or something, Maddie and Alaska and Maddie would have been the ones chosen and the ones going on, potentially winning and really rating on iTunes because they're fun to watch.
Yep.
They're a package deal. They have their thing down. Audra, you're gonna have to mold her, and she's so forgettable.
See,
And
that's how I feel like. I feel like Audra won the battle, but if I was picking, I would pick Alaska and Maddie
Yeah.
because the talent's there, and there's nobody in the industry like them.
Totally,
And
you
they
just need
are-
to
people
tweak
hate
them.
when we say
Because you're
marketable on here,
watching-
but they're super marketable.
No, because they were just like.
Yeah, but you can take. You
But
can,
I think
it's
that's the other
always
reason why we were
easy.
watching them was because they were like making
They
a
had-
point
they-
to like be
But don't you think their harmonies
competitive.
were on point?
The
They were
harmonies-
fine, but no. I
Yeah,
didn't like
the
them.
harmonies were great, and the brunette, I don't remember which one's Alaska,
Maddie.
which one's Maddie. Okay, Maddie has fantastic stage presence. She worked the stage better than Alaska or Audra. However, Alaska, as far as the stage presence, she's just spending the time just staring at Maddie.
She did.
That's all she was doing, either staring at Maddie or staring
At
at her
Audra,
opponent.
yeah.
And Audra, I thought brought it.
Audra did bring it.
I thought she
but
brought it. And
we've seen Audra so many times on the show.
Yeah,
where Alaska and Maddie are different, and it's always easier to take back than it is to add. And the talent's there. They just need to like be coached.
They just need to dial it down a little bit. Yeah, they needed like a really good coach, like Usher, someone to be like, hey, this is what you have. Now I'm gonna pull you in.
Shakira said less is more in her critique, and I agree with that completely.
Then maybe they're better off not on the show. They should just do something themselves if so many people like them.
I think
I agree with Steffi.
No, I really disagree. I really think that Audra is super boring. Her story, okay, this is gonna sound mean, but I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Her story is the sad girl that was bullied. Again, we've seen this story. It's not about the story for me on the show anymore. It's about who's gonna chart on iTunes and who's gonna do well for The Voice afterwards, because it's hard to make it after the show. And Audra's not that type. But Maddie and Alaska, they want it. Audra, I don't really think wants it. I think she just wants validation that she can sing and that people like her.
For the record, I didn't know Audra's story, and I purely on her voice. I didn't know her story or anything.
Based on this performance, Audra won. But we're thinking like,
yeah, I know.
The Voice hasn't had a
it's just
successful
tired.
breakout.
It's tired for you guys.
Yeah, and I'm being Simon Cowell. I'm in a Simon Cowell on this Voice because Simon Cowell knows talent. One Direction. Right now, Lil Mix is killing it, and I'm loving them.
Fifth Harmony, Alex and Sierra,
And on The Voice, we have Cassidy Pope, but they're barely, and Danielle Bradbury barely charting on the country charts, but just barely. Like it's one of those things, it's those people make it for a reason, and when you're marketable, you're marketable.
But the key audience that we've seen in the majority of the seasons of The Voice are the live votes. They tend to vote for a woman with a good story who's a country singer.
I don't care about the story.
I don't think that's true either.
Tessanne was kind of the one who kind of broke that mold last season.
No, because the two guys that won before that weren't anything like that.
Yeah,
what
and
season
Will
was that? Because it's been
seasons 1 and season 2.
Yeah, because season 3 was Cassidy, season 4 was Danielle, 5 was Tessanne.
Season 1 and 2, I don't remember.
But Tessanne is not a country singer.
No, I said Tessanne broke the mold.
No, but
before
top
that,
3
it was
last
2
year was
R&B
Will.
guys.
Yeah, and the top 3 last year was Will, who's not that. Jackie's not that, and Tessanne's not that. The top 3 last year had no country singer.
Well, we will all
I'm over them.
agree to disagree.
Yeah, I'm over them.
Let us know what you think on Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah, and while you're there, go to iTunes, since you're already on your computer, and rate and subscribe our podcast. Give us 5 stars. And if you don't like an episode of The Voice, don't rate us because of that. Rate our after show. And we love all your comments, good and the bad, and we all respond, and we're all on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Bring them at us.
Bring it.
So Shakira's first band we didn't see either. It was Dendel versus Lindsay, and Dendel won. But the first one we saw was Jeremy Briggs versus Clarissa Serna, and they sang Cold as Ice.
I wanted both of them to stay. I really enjoyed this performance.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was really good singing, but I thought they were both too theatrical. Like, too over the top. I'm like, I get it. They're in a battle. They're trying to, be over the top. But it was just kind of, almost so good that I was bored.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, thank you.
And I thought Jeremy had, almost, a Jack Black-esque quality to his performing that I find obnoxious.
Oh, I love Jack Black.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Weird. Okay.
Well, this is awkward.
I actually, you know what I did think was interesting was that Shakira has now chosen 2 blonde powerhouse girls for the same reason, which was she feels that she can do more with them. So she chose Danny when Danny and Deshawn battled each other, and now she's chosen Clarissa. And I'm just wondering why she, has she been paying attention to who she's been choosing? Because I think Shakira, what she lacks that the other judges bring is they're really thinking about winning. And they're really thinking about what's in their pot. And Shakira's looking at each of them individually. And she needs to look at her whole team.
Yeah.
Because right now she's got a lot of dudes who are old and a lot of blonde, kind of middle-aged girls.
And what is she going to do? Yeah, agreed.
And I think that's
What's
why I
she gonna
like
do to
watching
mix that?
Usher and Blake choose, because I think they both look like that's a winner. That's a winner. And Adam chooses the people who he thinks is a good artist, but not necessarily the winner.
Yeah, and it's actually surprising how many amazing artists Adam has had on his team over the seasons, and how many times you're like, why haven't you won? Your teams are normally stacked, but it's because Blake and Usher have that eye.
Yep.
And they know what they're looking for, and they go for it, and they fight who they like more and think about who's going to win. Where Shakira, I think, really gets attached to like, oh, I like him. And I think that's why she saved Josh.
And then like Blake even kind of strategizes where sometimes he'll say, like if they ask him, oh, who do you think won? He'll say the one that he does not want to steal. Like to try to convince the other, because like, I think so-and-so might have won because he really wants the other one.
Right.
I was thinking that they might do that, but I don't really think they do that.
I think Blake does.
I think he used to maybe, but I
don't think so
now
anymore.
he's like, oh, that's a good kid. I'll put him on my team.
Blake's save, though, when he wants to be nice to someone, is he'll say, y'all sang the crap out of that. But so he like gives him a little compliment, and that's his favorite go-to compliment. You sang the crap out of it.
But let me tell you something. So Clarissa won that. Nobody stole Jeremy. Next up on Shakira was Deja Hall versus Music
Box.
Okay, I have to talk about Music Box. I love that she has this little alter ego for herself, just like Queen Bee.
Bow down.
Bow down. And I think it's great. And I honestly think that Deja could learn from her, because poor little Deja was so nervous. Her shoulders were at her ears. You just wanted to relax.
She was a nervous wreck.
She was a nervous wreck, but she has a quality of being a nervous wreck that is so cute.
I guess.
That you're like, oh my God. Like, I was just watching her the whole time. And I'm like, but she's going to be so good.
Right.
Because the tone in her voice gives me goosebumps.
Right.
Like, if you're just listening to this, it's so adorable. And I thought Music Box, I found her personality a little annoying, and when Miranda Lambert said, you're going at 100 miles per hour the entire time you're singing. And I thought she was, even when she tried to hold it back in the thing, it was like, you don't have to make everything so intense, sing it a little prettier.
Right.
I think that's what a lot of the professionals coming onto the show teach these people who come on who have amazing voices, and you're like, yeah, why haven't they made it yet? What's going on? And I think the big thing is that they're like, it doesn't have to be this huge belt the whole time. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Give me some dynamics.
Give us a chance to have a connection with you, and not just like, you're not
If
really
you look
paying
at
attention. You just want to be
look at
attached.
somebody like Taylor Swift, who is huge, has never had a single that didn't do well. She doesn't have like the most extravagant voice, but she can sing and make you cry. Like a 14-year-old little girl, because she knows how to relate to a song and not over-sing
I've
it.
never really experienced that.
I get what you're saying, and I think kind of the key word with that is also kind of the word that really describes Deja's voice, which is it's pure.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
It's just this is her. She doesn't have to stress. She doesn't have to belt. But, it's just this naturally nice voice.
But to go against that, there's nothing wrong with someone who has a strong belty voice.
Of course not. Of course
I
not.
want to hear that all the time, but it's just interesting.
But it's when you use it.
Yeah, it's when you pick the time, because sometimes that pure little voice is annoying. And Miranda Lambert brought it up. She's like, yeah, it sounds like she's singing me a lullaby, but I don't want to hear that all the time.
Right. I think one lacked what the other one had, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that's why I wrote it's kind of difficult, but maybe Deja, but just because, and which is good that they chose her, because at the end of the day, you just had to choose.
I think Shakira had her Blake and Usher hat on for this one and chose her because she's young, she's cute, she can work with her, she'll mold her and get her out there. Versus,
which is good.
Because I think she was leaning towards Music Box a little bit, but I think she just sort of went with her gut and was like, I gotta keep this girl because someone's gonna steal her.
Yeah.
That Usher stole Music Box.
Yeah.
So was I, because she was good, but she
She's
wasn't
good,
that
but it's
great.
like we've heard that.
And
Overall,
because it's like her against Cassandra.
Yeah. Overall, this was my least favorite of tonight.
Oh, I liked it because I was super interested, and I am really rooting for Deja.
Well, no, I like Deja.
But I
just
think that's why I
wasn't
like the
crazy
battle.
about this one.
This wasn't my least favorite. I think the Dawn and Hawks one sadly was my least favorite.
Mine too.
Even though I really like Dawn and Hawks, but I was just bored.
Yeah.
Where this one,
I'm over them already.
I was kept into it. I'm not over them. I really like them, and I
kind of am
really
too.
want to see what they have to do. but I'm not over them.
But yeah,
I
we'll
think-
see Deja get better.
I think Deja will be good
Right.
for Shakira
Yes.
because you have to have a growth and an arc in these competitions, and she's like on the perfect setup for that.
Totally.
And then Music Box was saved.
Yeah, by Usher, which is shocking.
I think he opened his mouth, put his foot in his mouth, saying that
did.
he was going to save someone.
Yep.
Thinking that she was going to say
I-
Music
Right.
Box
I was
and he was
thinking
going
the
to
same
take
thing.
Deja,
Yeah.
and then he had to do it.
Well, no, not necessarily, because I was just thinking, oh yeah, he was gonna pick Deja too. I thought that it could have gone either way, meaning, if
I
you
say
don't,
it, you'll
right,
know.
if I say it, you'll know. Meaning, she could have picked Music Box, and then he would have been like, "Yep, Deja," because that's what I wanted.
No,
But
I
he
think
didn't.
that's what he was thinking, and that's why he said what he said. But when he saw Music Box look at him,
Exactly.
he was like, I got to do it.
Yeah.
I gotta be good.
But that's what it was. It was her freaking
Yeah.
look at him like,
Yeah, like you said you were going to
Waiting.
save
That's funny.
either one of us.
So Usher's team last week, Brothers Walker versus Morgan Wallen.
What happened here?
We didn't see them perform.
And the Brothers Walker, who we loved, is gone.
I know, I'm really shocked, and I'm surprised, and I'm
Do you
wondering
guys
why.
think this is like a producer's choice?
Yes, 100%. I'm really, really interested why. If anybody has any information, is this like back in American Idol back in the day when they would kick people off because of like nudie pics on the internet? I want to know why they weren't shown.
Brothers Walker, call in yourself and tell us. Give us the
Right.
dirt. Give us the inside scoop.
I think it's because we've had Country Brothers on the show and they are trying to keep
I
it fresh.
guess.
Like the Swan Brothers were horrible.
or what if they just
But-
quit?
Oh, wouldn't that be funny?
they just tanked it. They just-
They're like, nah, we don't want to do
that
this
whole battle
anymore.
was fake. So Morgan won that one. So the first battle we saw from Usher was Britney Kamel versus Melissa
Yaminez.
Jimenez.
and
And they sang Give It To
Sexy
Me Right.
performance,
I
huh?
titled this "My Wife versus My Mistress."
Yeah. Oh my
Really, I-
goodness.
In all caps.
I love. Oh yes, and she's reading it off my screen right now. It's actually there.
I titled this Bottle Service versus Street Hooker. I just thought it was so
OMG.
trash.
Also known as "My Wife versus My Mistress." So I'm fine.
Right,
With
it's okay.
I'm fine with that.
I loved this. Excuse rude. Hashtag
Jason's jealous. He
rude.
wishes.
Rude.
I just
Don't be
thought,
jealous.
Like, you are not
Don't be
Nicole from
rude.
the Pussycat Dolls. Quit trying.
Who do you think was that?
Both of them.
Oh,
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
No, I see that influence, but one, they can sing better. Two, Melissa was giving it and
Listen to
bringing
how
it.
she says,
She had
giving
a-
it, y'all.
She had a finesse.
How was she
had
doing
a
it?
finesse to her performance
Yeah.
too.
See, that's so funny because
Giving
I didn't
it.
really like either of them, but I thought Britney won it.
Oh no, I was on Team Melissa the whole time. That hair, her attitude, her dress. Poor Britney, her face. She needs to watch herself sing in the mirror. Because her face when she sings, she gives like this scrunch face, and it wasn't fun to watch.
Exactly what you did there. That's why.
Yeah.
Because then
It's
for
like-
a second you're like, oh, and then you get distracted, and that's the problem, and that's why she needs to like take a look at that.
Yeah, where like Melissa, because she's been performing with her family for years, she knew exactly when to hit it. I don't know if you guys
And
are paying
you get
attention.
closer.
Yeah, she walked on the stage. She touched each part of the stage. She
See,
did a
and
little
that's
hip
why
thing.
I thought it was
It's
too
great.
slutty for The Voice. Like, it's a family show. Tame it down a little bit.
No, but remember Christina Aguilera she gave Jackie that note last season. She's like, go up here, use the stage, use this. And I was so happy Melissa did
capture
it.
us.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Christina and Lady Gaga getting a little close in the finale
Yeah, but
last
that's
season?
Christina and Lady Gaga.
Okay, well,
they can do whatever they
it's
want.
still the same rating of the show. It's
Yeah.
not like that segment was TV 14 or anything like
Yeah.
But
that.
I'm just saying, this was TV trashy. I
Choosies.
didn't like it.
Whatever.
I enjoyed it, and I thought they
course.
both. Well, I also thought they both performed really well.
Yeah, their voice. I wanted
Thank
them.
Boo, that's your
Thank
boo
you.
thing.
My booze,
My
both
booze.
of them.
I wanted them to be a girl group. I was like hoping that they would X Factor
X
this and put them together as a girl group and like maybe have a few of the other girls who didn't make it get together. I really liked them performing together. But I do think that Melissa would have been the front runner
See,
in a
and
girl
I thought
group.
their harmony at the end, I was like, get it together. I don't know. I just did not like it. I was really uncomfortable the whole time.
Why don't you like sassy, strong women, Jason?
Yes, Jason,
I love
why?
sassy, strong women more than anybody.
I don't think. Apparently, you don't.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
like
and both of
trashy.
them.
Hold up. I don't like trashy,
They were not-
strong women.
what was
They were
trashy
not
about it?
sassy,
Because she
strong
wore a
Stop
hot
it.
dress.
Stop it.
It was-
What was trashy about it? I really
Everything.
want to
It
know.
just oozed.
Because
I
you're not
can't-
gonna fit in it? The dress?
No, I'll fit in that dress. I can't say it on the show.
I don't know.
You've already been wrong on our different show.
I'm really bothered that because these two women were like strong and sexy and sang great and maybe did a hair flip that you think it's trashy.
No, I thought the performance in itself was trashy.
Why though?
It just, I can't, I'll tell you.
Whatever.
Yeah,
They do what they
I'll
want.
tweet it.
And you're obsessed with Beyonce, who definitely does a lot of sexier stuff.
Do not
a
bring
lot
Queen Bee
sexier
into
stuff.
this.
Do not bring me into this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying she does a lot of sexier stuff.
not
than
gonna-
Rain
this.
on their wood.
Do you think-
Rain on their wood.
Do you think that the Pussycat Dolls performances are trashy?
A little bit.
You think they're trashy?
Yeah.
Why?
I just don't like that type of music.
I don't like that you
Pop?
never hear the other one sing.
I know.
Well, newsflash.
Anyways,
you got to
we're-
deal with both of them because Melissa got chosen and Britney got stolen.
Not for
Yeah.
long. Bye-bye. Next up.
Oh my God, I'm so angry.
My wife and
Okay.
mistress are gonna last to the live rounds,
Don't
damn it.
care.
Who's the
Up
mistress?
next was Madeline.
I don't care which one's which.
See, you're a womanizer. And up next
Hey,
was
one of them, no, who was the
Madeline-
mistress? Because that would have been the trashy one.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I
We're
said
talking about Madeline
I said
Page
earlier in the
versus
season.
Tanner James.
I said
now.
earlier in the season, Melissa was my wife, so I
Hold
gotta go
on.
with that.
Let's
Relax.
We're talking about Madeline Page
Okay.
versus Tanner James. who
Let's
sang
talk about a
Everything
change of
Has
pace.
Changed by Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift. A family-friendly.
Jason is
performance.
so boring in Midwest. Can we just talk about that right now? I did like this performance, but
This performance was adorable.
This was
I
adorable.
loved
amazing.
it.
Is this a live Glee performance?
Yeah,
Didn't
that's
it
why
feel
I
like
loved
it?
And I loved, this is how you sing a current song, because they like completely changed all the phrases, but it worked. And he kind of reminds me of David Archuleta a little bit.
He's kind of fine.
Yeah.
that's not what I was
I know.
thinking.
Usually not what you put
I
David
would go with
Archuleta.
that.
No, Tanner's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Tanner's kinda
I know,
fine.
but I mean,
He's cute.
yeah. I wanted them to dress for prom. I like wanted them to go 100% gleeify it.
Gleeify it.
I really like her. I think she's so cute. I love how when they were talking about being in a relationship, she was so open and vulnerable and brave to say,
I've never had a boyfriend.
Never had a boyfriend. She's never had a relationship. She's like, but I know what it's like to like someone and have a crush
Aw.
on them. And I
that's
would
a
just,
lot.
oh my God, she totally Taylor Swift me in that moment. And like, I brought in and I was like, I want to hear you write a little like
I know.
crush song.
You felt this performance. You
Yes.
like truly felt you could relate to it.
But even before they performed, I was like on
Well, in
Team
the
Madeline.
story, yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
think her voice is a little too similar to Caroline from last season?
No.
No, I don't think they're like at all.
There's something about Madeline's voice, though. I loved it. She, like you said, she's just so sweet. I've never had the Taylor Swift moment, but yeah, that was the moment. Like I would want to cry. Like
I
okay,
was
girl,
bummed that
let's
he
do
didn't
it.
get stole by someone too, because he has like
I thought he
has
should
that
have,
same
too.
quality she has like in a guy. Like
I thought Blake.
it's like your little brother.
I was really surprised Blake did not steal him because he could be the new what's his name? The blonde guy that the blonde country singer who's young.
Hunter Hayes.
Hunter Hayes. He could be like the new Hunter Hayes.
Yeah.
I was super surprised because Hunter Hayes is the only really young guy country singer who's like has that young boyish quality.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, the fact that Tanner wasn't saved, I was really surprised. But I think because the judge or the coaches only have 2 people to save, they're really being picky and they're really looking at their team as a whole.
Which makes no sense why Shakira stole
I know.
what's his face.
Because
Well,
she
she's
just
not
likes-
gonna win this year.
She
though.
likes those rocker types. I don't know what it is. She has a little soft spot.
Aw. Lastly was Bria Kelly versus Tess Boyer, who sang "Piece of My Heart" by Janis Joplin.
Power.
This is
power.
my jam. This is my jam. White girls who can rock.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I almost didn't know for a second. At first, I felt like I didn't like Tess, but then everyone did. But I thought they did great. The only thing I was afraid about Bria is that when Blake said this is something that we expected from you, I hope that she just will be able to bring more and more.
That's the pressure that a few artists every season have, like your
Yeah.
Judith Hill, your
Because I
Tessanne.
like that Tess would throw in some of her falsettos and then her altos,
Yeah.
and then you heard her range, and that was good. But Bria just kept at her consistent, like right here, like
Yeah, I thought
you
Tess
know?
had like more soul. She
Yes.
kind of reminds me of Kimberly Locke from
She-
Idol back
me
in the
too.
day.
I was thinking that too.
And I liked the things Tess did, but Bria just has like this edge when she sings.
She's
Yeah.
got
It's so
something
good.
really cool
Bria's
to her.
a star because I
Yeah.
felt bad for Tess because Tess is super talented, but I literally did not watch her.
Yeah,
see
because
that?
Bria killed the stage though.
Bria killed the
She-
stage, and there's something
everything
about
about
her
it.
and the energy she brings to the song. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't really listening that much. I was just watching her because she has conviction when she sings. And she's tiny and it's coming out of this tiny body.
But she looks big on stage.
And it's exciting to watch. And I do hope that Bria can, make herself more versatile.
Right.
Because she's gonna have to survive in the competition. But she has like the chutzpah to do it.
We need a ballad from her to solidify her.
Right, which I wonder
nice
how that would exactly.
We need one.
I'm happy.
I was just saying. I thought Tess was.
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
happy Blake took Tess because I think Blake can mold her into sort of the Miranda Lambert or the Kelly Clarkson that he's worked with.
Right.
I see a little Kelly Clarkson in it. Yeah.
Like the soul, and she should maybe try to do something more soulful. If she did an Aretha song or something.
Oh, she'll probably sound incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see what kind of she needs. I need to see more of her personality because I think that Jill made a good point that she is such the cookie cutter cheerleader that she's really trying to play into this role and she needs to break herself down because I really didn't see her personality. And I think that's why next to each other, Bria, she is an open book. You see everything she's feeling and that's why you're so drawn to her. And Tess, you're just like,
well, Bria, she was just so experienced and like, you know what, back to the stage thing, I love that she even had like her different levels, like her elevates, like you in a performance, if it's a group performance, you want different, transitions and up and down. And the only thing that Tess had to offer was her walk around and her hair flip. Walk around and hair flip. So we're like, okay, thank you. And then, Bria was giving us the show, and she was like getting us to like her the whole time. Like, how are you not going to pick her?
They need media coaches, like in addition to the vocal coaches, be like, this is how we will tell you. This is how you get people to like you. This is how you do. And because it is unfortunate that sometimes it isn't just about the voice. I mean, that's how music is, though.
Right.
It's about the whole package. So
Jill
I get
Scott
it.
was even said you have to be part actor, you have to be a singer, like you got to act through that song, and that's why people listen to songs is because they feel your emotion, they see you living through it.
And when you identify yourself to an artist, I think that, not that there's anything wrong with Tess, but you're going to want, even if you're not that same person, you're going to want to identify yourself with Bria.
Oh,
no, I want to be like that because look, she's so open and she's free and she's doing what she wants. And that's what let's say if I wasn't that person, I'd be like, that's the inside of me or whatever.
Yeah, Jason wants to be an inner right rocker chick. I want to be a soulful black woman with an afro.
And I want to be a white good old country girl.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just want to lose some weight. That's all.
You just want to be Adam Levine.
I'll take it.
I think I want to be on Adam Levine. Let's get into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Last time I checked, Shakira's album is already charting on iTunes. #1. It comes out
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wait, so it comes out and it's already at #1.
Incredible.
And this is going to be like a smash for Shakira.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's like when I first was like shown Shakira when she made her first English album. I feel like that's what this album is again for her, is that like resurgence back into the English album culture. It's so exciting. I can't wait. And she's like, I can't believe she's almost 40 and she's still like the sexiest, hottest thing out there.
Yeah.
I always feel like I can't make comments on her because people think I'm biased because I'm Colombian also. But I loved right when she came on the commercial that you guys looked at each other and you're like, what? And Jason's like, oh shoot, I'm downloading this right now. And I was like, word? Okay, get it, Shakira.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That is biased.
I always keep my comments to myself when it comes to her because people get annoyed of me and I'm like, okay, I won't say anything. But
yeah, you let out your love for Shakira. This is the platform for that.
I think it's safe to say that all four of us have a love for Shakira.
Yeah.
I love her.
Will Champlin's single is also on iTunes now, and
yes,
I think it's charting in the top 50 or something.
Yeah,
so
and James Wolpert, also from last season, he released an EP last week as well. So we have a lot of Voice alum getting it right now.
And they're both really good. I listened to them both, so buy those. Let's hop into predictions.
Coolio.
Do we want to say our favorite from tonight?
We can.
Oh boy, that's a tough pick.
Mine were Madeline and Josh. Josh from Adam's team, Madeline from Usher's team. Psych, Madeline and Bria.
It's
like what?
You know what? Mine as a whole is Deja, because I think she's going to do really good in the competition.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I really like Bria.
Yeah.
Something about that girl I really like.
Virginia, baby.
It is our Virginia connection.
It's for lovers.
And I really like, gosh, this is tough. I love Melissa. I cannot wait to see what Melissa's gonna do. I want to be Melissa's best friend. I want to go shopping with Melissa. I want to like hang out and get drinks with that girl.
She's going shopping with my wife. It's
I want to
great.
flip my hair with her. I love that girl. I'm excited.
Stop it, Jason. Stop.
Please.
Don't even want to. Oh, Christian.
Jason is throwing mad shade right now, Melissa, and I'm not okay with it.
As far as a few that I think
Hey, he's
could
going
could really go far in this competition that we saw tonight. Bria, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Delvin.
Yeah.
I think
that's
there's
true.
something about Delvin that I think could be a sleeper.
About Delvin.
There's something about him I think could be a
He's
sleeper.
got a great voice.
And I was from her blind audition. I know I'm alone on it, but I'm with Audra.
She's with you.
Well,
She
you
liked it.
kind of joined me. That's
I
right. You
liked
did
her.
join me
I liked
today.
her.
Whatever.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
you can take it.
We'll all be back in here next
know what
week,
you're biting.
and Laura Bell Bundy from Legally Blonde on Broadway and Anger Management is going to be here in the studio
Yeah,
with us. She's a
that's
big fan
right.
of The Voice, so make sure you watch next week. In the meantime, you can find all of us on Twitter and Instagram, except for Christian, he's not on Instagram, but where can they find you guys?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Chloe WestX, and Jason and I have a big surprise for you guys coming up really soon. It's very exciting.
Very exciting.
You could solely find me on Twitter. Apparently, that's a big deal that I'm not on Instagram. But you can find me on Twitter at CRosieVOC.
And you can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi and on Instagram at SteffiG47.
And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Jason Ikeler, and we will see you guys back in here next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.